Hello and welcome, Bullet Club, and whoever might be viewing this on YouTube in the future. Welcome to tonight's stream of Longhorn Zoo in Planet Zoo. Tonight, I think our focus is going to be mostly on this area over here that we started in the last episode. We are going to be working on the camera controls need to work better. There we go. Yep, you got a shout out. Good for you, Bullet Club. We started on this area over here, the tropical area, in our last stream. Turns out pretty nice, I think. We could probably definitely still add some more plant life and vegetation in here, of course. But our tortoises, our giant Galapagos tortoises, seem pretty happy with it. So, well, this one's passed out at the moment, actually, but stream's still black unless your Twitch is broken. That's not good. If your Twitch is broken. It is showing up just fine for me. Now it's working. Good, good. Yeah, our Galapagos tortoises here are having a grand old time sleeping. But they seem pretty happy with it, at least according to the stats we've got here. So they look pretty happy, especially with their overall habitat, and they're definitely getting the social interaction that they need, so that is good. But what we need to work on is maybe improving their environment a little bit. We have like 0 plant and tree coverage in here at the moment, so we're gonna look to add some tropical foliage in here. And then eventually we will start building on a little bit more of a covering over this area, keep it hidden away from the guests, and then we might try and figure out what we want to put in over here. Some sort of new animal will probably be coming in tonight's stream. So let's go ahead and get into some plant placing. I think it'll look nice when we're done, hopefully. So now that we've got all the planning and scheming and plotting out of the way, how are you doing tonight, Bullet Club? Are you having a good Friday evening? We got a mechanic research done. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. We got some new barriers, looks like. In fact, we finished barriers now. That is excellent. Besides your back being a jerk, you're doing pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I have had 1 or 2 of those days here recently too, so I know exactly how you feel. Alright, well, I'm going to research some shelters and climbing technology. We're about to have some baby turtles. Maybe? Which one is Violetta? Violetta is the larger one. Okay. Offspring due October. We got a little ways to go. Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back to what we were gonna be working on, which was some tropical plants. Let's see, what kind of plants do we have here? We have apple trees? Apple trees are tropical? Okay, you say so. Oh, I also need to filter by continent, so I need South and Central American stuff as well. kapok trees are huge. Lord. Alright, let's try something a little bit more reasonable, like a lobster claw or something. I don't know. And some bushes. Some bushes would be good. That one is a little too large, though. Just a hair. Oh, that's a cool tree. Landscaping is always the hardest thing for me to try and get myself to do. Yes, I would agree, Thesis. Hello, by the way. I didn't say that. Glad to have you around. I've always enjoyed it in Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, whichever game I was doing it. So, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, in some games, like Minecraft especially, I love building in Minecraft, but landscaping, I can't seem to do it. But in Planet Zoo, don't have a problem. I've never had a problem doing that. Let's see, maybe a coconut palm. I want to get a good mix of plants right here along the border of the exhibit. Something like that. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because that's a coastal tree, so it's supposed to be along a body of water. I want to kind of stay with that theme if I can. Well, it's been a good long while since we've talked, Thesis. Anything new going on with you? What's this tree? That looks awful. You playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 2? For teaching you how to landscape or hate landscaping? Oh, that gardens and trees aren't important? Yeah. I skipped 2. I was into 3 for quite a while and 1 for even longer. But I got on a huge Planet Zoo streak sometime last year, or Planet Coaster streak last year, and I just could not stop playing that. I played that for hours on end. Okay. So what I'm thinking over here, to disguise our little zookeeper area, I'm thinking we make some sort of rock shelf over here that just kind of overhangs the whole thing. And that might be what I do over there. So I don't want to crowd too many trees and plants over in this area, I don't think, not at the moment. Alright, I think we need a few plants and trees along here as well. Just to kind of break things up. Still don't understand why an apple tree is part of the tropical set. It's not something I would think of being. Okay, we can use some of these vines here to kind of cover up and intersperse between here. If I can get it to fit in there, right? There we go. there. Oh, we got a VIP guest. Le Christman. Well, I can't see anything right now. Well, hello? Give me conservation credits. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Pleasure doing business with you. See, already this looks a whole lot better. So much better. Alright, and maybe one right there. Another one right there next to it. And then I think an elephant ear palm. Especially since this one has got kind of like no backside to it. I think that would work perfectly right up against the glass. And maybe move this one in next to it. Kind of grow together. I like that. Alright, where were those Scabiola bushes? There we go. Stick one of those right in there. Oh no, he's starting a pyramid again. Bullet Club is on a rampage. Ooh, Swiss cheese plant. I like Swiss cheese. Let's put one of these in. It's an odd motivation for putting in a plant, but you know what? I don't care. What do these tamarind trees look like? Okay, that looks pretty cool. Swiss, good on a burger. It is. I had Swiss for lunch today, actually. It's very tasty. Well, not just Swiss. I did have other stuff as well, but it was a prime component. Alright. So we got a good amount of coverage in this habitat here, but not so much that it's going to obstruct the visitor's view, and it makes them feel good. Let's see what the tortoises think of it. They are actually a little unhappy with this. Okay, so maybe let's get rid of some stuff. Well, I thought it looked good. These tortoises being all hypercritical of my work here. Okay, that's better. What about getting rid of like that? That do it. Okay, one more plant, and I think we'll be good. I don't know that is serving any real purpose, so let's get rid of that one. Alright. Now we're pretty squarely in their coverage. We can't put much more in there, but that will be good for now, I think. Alright, so they're pretty happy. That exhibit is looking fancy. What else can we do to help these fine creatures out? We can look and see what we can do with their food enrichment. So they are a little more enrichment here, and we've just about finished researching these guys, so I think we should have some new unlocks for a Galapagos tortoise. Let's see here. Species. And enrichment items. Food. Okay, no, that's... Don't have any more. Let's put climbable stuff in there. Let the tortoises do what they want with that. Okay, well, let's see here. They would probably like some sort of food trough, I would think, right? Let's put that in there. They're very picky for glorified turtles. They are. But, you know, if you're gonna play Planet Zoo, you gotta play it right. You gotta make sure that your animals are actually happy. Oh, it's October. It's time to have a turtle baby. Let's turn on the light so you can see what's going on here. Pretty sure that's Violetta, right? Yeah, Violetta. Shush or they snap at you. Snap or no snapping? Welcome, Josa. Okay, I'm waiting. Come on, guys. Hamlet time, yes. Okay, still got our same VIP visitor. Let's say hello. Oh, we got some more vet research complete. Move over just a bit, just in case anything happens while I'm not watching. Okay, so we got level 3 of Galapagos tortoises. Oh, I am just chilling. This is my end of work week relax game. Just spend a little time talking with chat, building some nice habitats, looking at all the animals. Okay, it's now November. Are we gonna have this baby anytime soon? Come on. Animal has escaped. Oh, that's not good. Oh, geez. There might be a small problem over here. Let's get this habitat fixed, shall we? Good to see that the people are not panicking because the peacocks are loose. That's reassuring. Okay. They've been boxed, that's good. Mushrooms are chopped, skillet is hot. Where are the eggs? Well, yeah. Kind of wondering the same thing. I probably missed it now, didn't I? No, didn't miss anything. That's good. Important alert. Requires retention. Something like that. Alright, well they're just sitting in the middle of the pathway, so that's cool. Alright, can we get these guys moved back into the habitat? They're really cool for this extreme situation. Nice fun! I like it. I always enjoy a good punch. Alright, well the baby could come right now and we wouldn't be able to see it because she's in the middle of the bush. Oh, the baby did come. Right? Yes! There are 2 of them! Oh, they're so cute. Why can't I click on them? There we go. Felicia, a female turtle. It was really well executed. Very good. Onseha? I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. But there we go. Alright, insufficient food enrichment is being provided. Well, then I guess we'll add in another one of those balls. Oh, we've actually got a new food enrichment thing with that new research. Block frozen fruit. Well, let's put that right there. And then maybe... oh man. So many different variations. I love it. Okay, how about a dog ball over here? Maybe they'll come over here and hang out. Well, for giant Galapagos tortoises, they're not exactly huge, but I love them nonetheless. Okay, so I think now that they are satisfied with their food enrichment, they are, yes. So exhausting, yes. Last meal quality. That is something that is kind of keeping them down. Oh, Baby Yoda. Is that how Baby Yoda came about? You know, he's just... you know, he's evolved from Galapagos tortoises? Wouldn't surprise me. Okay, I wish... needs mechanics, so I need to assign mechanics to habitats. Maybe that's what I've been doing wrong. Maybe that's why my barriers have been degraded. Okay, so Mr. Mechanic, you get in there, and he did exit his shell. Very good. Okay, well these guys are doing well for the moment. Let's start considering what we're gonna do both for a new habitat over here, because I want to try and fit something in here, and I know I've got a little bit less space than I probably should. But I'm sure we can fit something in there. And also finishing this place up. We put in all of the buildings and such, but we need to kind of make them not look awful. So, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I think my plan for this area is going to be to put in basically a rock shelf over the whole thing, so that this whole area is just kind of hidden, and I'll have a little rock archway going over here, and then the rocks will kind of also border the edge of this habitat as well. That's my plan. I don't know if I can make it work. One thing I should probably consider before I start something is where I'm going to put the habitat entrance for this one over here. So I'm thinking that can go right there. But that is going to require me to start putting up some barriers first. So, let's see here. Let's put in a wooden... Oh, and we've got all kinds of new barrier options, so that's good. So I am going to try and stick this, let's say, right about there. Get it to go in there like I want it to. I think that'll work. Alright, so we've got the entrance to the next habitat all set. Now we can start layering in rocks. Just what Bullet Club wanted to hear. More rocks. so let's see here. Where are my favorite rocks? Yes, I have favorite rocks. Okay, so that right there should fit nicely. Put in there. Well, I hadn't really considered. If you have any ideas that you'd like to throw out, I'm trying to keep this whole little area in here tropical themed. So, maybe, oh, I don't know. What are our options? That is a good question. I was thinking about maybe putting some pandas in at some point, but I don't know that I'm ready to do that yet. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can't afford those with the conservation credits I've got. Yeah, no, I can't. Well, I could, but I couldn't afford 2 to breed. This plan sounds like it will rock. I'm sure it will. Pandas are awesome. However, I don't know that they are an option for us at the moment. So what other kind of tropical species could we put in here? That's a good question. Are aardvarks tropical? I'm not even sure. I think they're like desert plains or something like, right? A seismic event, yes. Gharials might be tropical. Those are like cousin to alligators, right? I think. I certainly don't want to put them in such a small space as this, though. Something a little bit smaller that fit over there would be great. Some landscaping over there? I could. Instead of putting a habitat here, just kind of build up some hills or a waterfall or something. That might be nice. Yeah, because my my space over in this area is pretty limited, I will admit. Like earth-shattering. Oh man, the puns are strong tonight. I love it. Okay, well, I think I might do that then. Let's just plan on this being a landscaped area just for show. I might edit this path a little bit, maybe extend it over to here. 'Cause it's not like I don't have space to work with. Got this whole area over here. I'm not even sure how far the barrier of the zoo extends. Oh yeah, we got plenty. I can edit that road. Yeah. So, let's see. I'm gonna then... Yeah, let's do that. Let's edit this path here. Get rid of this section. And I'll be able to make this into a larger exhibit in the middle. Maybe I'll put in... some sort of crocodile exhibit or something. That would be cool. Or a monkey house. That could be an option. Primate. Okay, well... Let's see here. Which one did I use before? I think I used this one. Let's expand that to 20 foot. Match everything we got here. And I'm going to bring this along over this way. That will bite, yes. Okay, that's good for now. Now we definitely got plenty of room. Do some water area next to the path and some underwater viewing. Okay, that's a good idea, actually. I like it. so maybe we could, instead of this section of path here, let's try and ever so slightly dip that down using terrain sculpting. Okay, yeah. Even expand the underwater area into some man cave exhibit. Oh, yeah. That might be a real good addition. Man, you are full of good suggestions. Bullet Club, I'm sorry. I think you've been replaced as the most helpful viewer. I'm teasing, of course. You were never helpful. Just kidding. That's not very nice. I'm sorry. I only tease you because I know you and you're a good bud. Alright, I want this to slope down, but I want it to slope down very, very gradually. How is that? It's okay, we can still do better. Yeah, I like that. That's... It's true. Alright, I'd say that is probably deep enough for an underwater viewing area. These peeps are a lot less tall than they probably look. So yeah, I think that ought to work. And we'll have to remove this bit of path here in order to get that to slope down nicely, but that'll work. Okay, so let's go ahead and flatten this area out. This will kind of be the edge of the underwatering area. And of course, edit that later once we get the from below underwater. Can you do that? Have a viewing area where they can look up directly? I don't know if that works in Planet Zoo. See, I was just figuring we have a glass wall here. Yeah, like a fishbowl. Okay. Right, right. See, I was thinking here that we do just a glass barrier, and I think this is what you're saying too, but we do a glass barrier here like that, and then the water level will be like right here. But maybe I'm misunderstanding and you're thinking literally a glass ceiling that our people can walk underneath and look up into the tank. If that's a possibility, I am all on board for doing it. I just don't know if that's possible in Planet Zoo. We can try it. Let's try that. Let's see. How would I go about doing that? Construction. be under architecture. Okay, so there are glass panels. Just my question is, somehow can I trick the game into thinking this is a valid... Oh, you're idea man. Okay, well, I will allow you that. Okay, I'm just doing a little test case here. See if we can even make this work. So if I say I did something like this, and I box this in, and then I will, sorry. Let's go ahead and duplicate that, and just kind of paste that whole area. We'll need a scientist. I don't know any scientists, but you can direct me to one. I will be happy to consult them. Alright. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, that most definitely does not work. Okay, so it doesn't work with construction pieces. What if I get rid of all these pieces here and use habitat pieces to trick it? So, or barrier pieces. So if I were to do, say, make this a fully enclosed area like that, does that allow us to put water in there? Maybe if I can... Nope. How could I make that work? I did it before. I did it over with the, what was it? The flamingo habitat? Yeah, I've got a little underwater area here. Raise the confinement. Something with, that I can edit with these. Habitat. Perimeter section. Curved barrier top. It may, okay, this may be the issue. It doesn't count it as an actual habitat because I don't have an entrance to it. So, just spitballing here. Let's try putting a wood door in and see if we can then place water inside there. As weird as that sounds. Okay, now it's obstructed because I've got the door. Okay. here as to how we go about this. Alright, let's see. I have this. First of all, make this whole thing a little bit smaller. Oops. Almost the whole thing. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now let's try and bring this up. This is just a quick little experiment. I don't know that I will keep this. Oops. Okay, so now theoretically, now if I put a gate door in, the train is too uneven placement. That's not. Okay, it looks about as even as could be, but sure. Maybe it has a problem with me putting this so low. Let's try and lift that section up. Oh, okay. Okay, it's not entirely even. Working as intended, yes. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Well, I did see blue for half a second there. Oh, it's because the door is embedded in the ground for some reason. It's glitched out. That's why. Yeah, that'll work. Let's just have a giant map to adjacent heights. Alright, how do I get it to go up? Darn it. Okay. Easiest fix I can think of here is let's just place it at ground level and then place the barriers up around it. That's the way I can think of. Beautiful. I love it. Makes so much sense. Okay, so this now should count as a full-on habitat. I think I should be able to put water in it. Yes. Okay. That is good. I need to be able to place it a little higher, but yeah, that kind of works. Okay, so I can definitely do a side wall with water. But but now the question is, can I trick it into thinking that there is a floor there and get an under the water viewing area? I'm not confident about this. Now I can't even edit the terrain that the habitat sits along. A lot of man caving. Indeed. I don't know that it's going to be possible. It's a great idea and I would love to make it happen, but I just can't think of any way to make it work. Because it's very clear to me that it only wants to stay within the boundaries of the habitat under very specific circumstances. Which means it's probably going to be really hard to dig stuff first, then work on what you need. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and remove the water. Can I maybe edit the barrier so that it doesn't sit on the ground? I'm pretty sure if you want to place down a barrier, yeah, you can't move it off the ground. It has to sit at ground level. You can't move it up or down. Yeah. Okay. So if I can't move it off ground level, figure other stuff out later. Okay, I will go with that approach. Okay. Yep. Alright, well, whatever we put in here is going to have plenty of swimming space. Get rid of this one. That one. That's okay, I think I get the gist of what you're saying. The other thing I might want to consider is what kind of path to put down here. I don't think a dirt path would fit underneath the lake. What about a crazed stone path? That looks something that might fit nice. Alright, I want to flatten the terrain down here so that I can build flat surface. Maybe let's align this to a grid. Yeah, there we go. nice. Alright, I want to turn flatten terrain off just a bit there. And I'm going to try and... let's see here. If I can make this work the way I want it to. Oh, that looks awful. No, absolutely not. See, my thought was that we have a path that slopes up ever so gently, then flattens out right here, and then slopes up from there. But doesn't want to cooperate with me right now. So maybe we just go flat out from there. And oh, we got a floating tree. I love those. It's the best. And then let's go ahead and do the terraining here. Like so. That's a nice slope. I like that. Path pieces here in order to make this work. It's fine. Don't care too much about that. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. That barrier too, so I can flatten this area of land out a little more. Oh wait, hold on. Got a bit of a cockeyed angle here. It'll work. I don't know if it'll look quite as nice as I was envisioning. Anyway, there we go. Alright. Slap our path down and see how this looks. Hey, Boise, how's it going? Alright, turn that flattened terrain off. I have been doing good. I'm having fun building what will quite possibly be some sort of Nile monitor or gharial exhibit, some sort of cousin of a crocodile or alligator. Something along that line. And so far it's going pretty good. Alright, yeah, this is kind of cockeyed. How can I fix that so that it works? Shame they don't have fishes. I know. There are a lot of cool animals in this game that I would love to have, but or that could be in this game, I should say. Yeah, get some sharks. I like that idea. We should put lasers on them. We can have freaking sharks with lasers. Such a Ah, no, no, no. Not that. Let's push that. There we go. That looks like a little more level incline. Now let's copy that. Yeah, that works. That's better. A little steeper than what we had before, but that is okay. Laser sharks sound fun. I thoroughly agree. Okay, so now if we come back to our paths, there it is. I probably don't need to reselect the path type every time, but I kind of feel like I have to. Okay, that still doesn't want to quite play along with us. It's where I spend more time in Planet Zoo games working on paths than anything else. Planet Coaster, I should say, as well. That is the nature of the beast, I suppose. Okay, I did see where is it? Paths are important. There is no denying. Paths are important. Okay, there we go. And now I can connect that up. Now let's go with one more piece of path there. Okay, it's not perfect, but not bad. Alright, now this side. Be a pathetic experience. That is very true. We'd be walking straight into a boring stream if they were not around, so yep, I agree. Okay, what if can I force this to dig it for me just a bit? Nope. I mean, that would be good if it didn't dig out that bit. Other than that, worked like a charm. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do terrain generation. Alright, so let's see if I can maybe place the cursor on just ever so slightly inclined piece of ground here, like that. I am having fun. Nobody will ever accuse me of not having fun. I'm not having fun? Okay. Well, you would be wrong, but you are entitled to your opinion. Okay, I should rephrase that. People can accuse me all they want. It wouldn't be right. Okay, that I think is the grade that I need. Pretty doggone flat, too. Now, if I can just get it matching nicely with the floor down here. I think I have. Except I didn't want to flatten terrain, I just want to... Nope, that's not going to work. There are brush sizes, yes. Okay, I think it's not allowing me to fix that piece because I've got a path here. Let's see if that... Yep, now I'm able to flatten it. Okay, now let's try. Try that again. No. Oh, come on. Why does that not work? Why? Brush size just a bit there. I think it's because of this spot right here. Yep, I think that was it. Because this is a 10 out of 10 game. It is a 10 out of 10 game. I highly recommend it. But it does have its frustrating moments as well. Alright, so now I want that to meet at a T intersection. So I'm going to get rid of that and connect these two up first. And then hook that in. Perfect. Alright, I like that. That looks good to me. Hopefully you guys think so too. So we've got a path working now. I can start to put in the barrier in its actual form. So let's go ahead and get rid of all this junk. Including this ugly, ugly door. Alright. Oh, I also need to start terraining this area a little bit. Doors have feelings too. Sorry. I'll try and be nicer to the doors. Jeez. Alright, so what are we gonna do with this guy? Let's put that right there. Give some room in front laters. You can do it proper. Yeah, that's sure. Alright, I want to get this as close to the edge of the path as I possibly can. That's pretty good, I think. This, oh. Okay. Yes, that's true. You keep saying this, I keep forgetting it. Alright, so as far as construction goes then, let's see what we can do down here. So what do I want to build down here? I'm thinking... Alright, well let's start with what I do know. Let's go ahead and do the flat roof pieces. That's ground level right there. And we'll bring it up. No, I need a wall piece to determine where ground level is. And then I can make the ceiling above it. Okay, so now that I've got that, put in the ceiling piece here. Oh man, that's not hardly deep enough as it is. Maybe let's go for a slightly smaller area. So maybe like a 2 meter tall, and then stick a 1 meter on top of it. I think our guests and visitors shouldn't clip in there. You know what, let's do? Let's pull up our zoo management tab. Oh, we finished some research, nice. Let's go to our staff page. And let's just drag one of our people over here real quick. Can I move him? Yes, move. We'll stick them in for a size comparison and see if the people can get in there. Yeah, I think it should be. Oh yeah, definitely. They could even fit in a 2 meter high if they needed to. Oh, that's good. Glad you'll be able to get your tablet. Yeah, so let's go ahead with 3 meters, and we can build up the area around the pond a little bit. Yeah, I agree. 3 meters is definitely better for effect. But we can build up the terrain here a little bit as it gets to the water level, so this could be the water level instead. Just to increase the amount of area that they have to swim in. I think that'll work better. So there we go. We got a plan. Okay, so with that being said, put our glass roof on here so that people can look through and gaze up in wonder and glory. Go. And I'll have to move this, obviously, if this works, so that it actually lines up with the path, but for now we're just playing around with it. Yeah, you better hope that glass doesn't break. That is an excellent point. Okay, so that's done. Now let's build up our wall sections all around. only the barrier glass can be broke by animals. That is true, yeah. There we go. Welcome Into Deep Gamers. Welcome to the chat. We are experimenting here just to try and see if this will hold water or not. I would really like it to be the case, but let's see. Okay, so that's done. Select the whole structure and see if we can get this in here a little bit better. Turn off angle snap. Okay, we can work on fixing the path so it doesn't clip through the wall, but that looks pretty close to centered, I think. Right about there. Like a glove, yes, fits. Well, almost. Okay. So now, Animal Crossing hand? Do you mean house? Oh, hand, love. Gotcha. Alright, so that's that. Now... Now I guess... Time for the barrier? You think, Joseph? Now the back wall? Okay. Follow the land height as it goes down. So that is looking good. Yeah, it's not exactly the most stable thing, I will admit. Do it from down below. It's easier. Yeah, then I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble matching the height. Not a huge, right? Just start from the wall here, you mean? Put pens. Okay, yeah, that could be. Make it turn that far. Okay. That looks very realistic. Do 90 if easier. That part will have top height. guess I'm not following. Okay, that doable. All right, let's set. Okay, yeah. Okay, so oh, there we go. Actually snaps to it perfectly. I like that. Well, except there. Oh, a box instead of a curved wall. I see what you're saying. Okay. No. Not bad. That wall there, I think. Snap that together. Okay. So, sure, I can put rocks there. Alright, so I'm gonna stretch a piece of glass wall across this. No, I can't do that either. Alright, this is also bothering me. In theory, I should be able to make a path fit, but it doesn't look like it's flipping through there. There we go. Okay, and then I don't think that's going to stretch across there simply because I've got this piece of glass there and it's going to clip with that. Go to options, then add window. Make it lower. Does that work? Oh, you want the habitat gate in there? Is that what you're saying, Joza? That might work. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, the path would be blocking it too. Right. So maybe if I get rid of the path and instead I can put in one of these guest gates. First I gotta put this section of wall in though. Let's bring that down to 20 foot. And then we can play with that a little bit, get it a little bit closer to that if we need to, but for now that'll work. And let's see here. So, put in a gasket. Okay. So something like that, is that what you're saying? The guests can't go through there though, can they? I don't think they can. It has to be a guest gate in order for guests to go through the wall. Work. I think that might be because of this glass now. What if I move this up just a hair for a moment? Oh, I see, okay. Okay, yeah, you can put it down. I see what you're saying. Just by itself. Does that help me at the moment though? I think this wall might be a little too close. That's this down here. Fair enough. Fair enough. That is going to be one of the most annoying parts, so yeah. Lay down the door first. Alright, what if we have this curve away from the path a little bit? We can put some sort of garden area down there as well. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking if we bring this all the way around, though, it'll make it easier to line the whole thing up level. That was my thinking. Yeah, that is the hope. Now if I turn this into a curve section, that work better? Maybe, maybe not. fences? Okay. See, I've never actually built a walk-in area in an exhibit. So, these are good things to know. I would not have thought of that. At least not right away. Okay. Now, let's see if I can make this door thing work. Darn it. I'll definitely need a door. If we're gonna put this whole thing underwater, then this whole area needs to be enclosed for that to work. Otherwise, they won't be able to walk in here. Does that work? Glass part, you mean? I'm trying to put the whole thing underwater, you're not going to be able. Yeah, I kind of suspected that was what was going to be the case, but I figured we'd give it a shot. Okay, well this area here was where I was planning on putting the water height. So like, can't do it right now because there's a path here. I guess I need to get rid of the path. But yeah, I was planning on adding water like right here, and then if we can somehow get it to ignore the fact that there's a path here, have our guests be able to walk through the habitat wall and underwater. Maybe I'm not understanding what you're trying to get at. Okay, so you're saying get rid of paths first. Do this, okay. Alright, so my paths are all gone now. So you're saying now I should be able to add water, right? And I can what? Close up the barrier here. I did play Planet Coaster. I never tried anything like this, though. Okay. Alright, so I'm understanding correctly, and don't guarantee that I am. We'll fill in the rest of this habitat here. Okay. So then I should be able to do that, right? So I assume we definitely need a wall here to keep whatever animal that's swimming in here from swimming out. Yeah, see, that's the problem. I'm having difficulty understanding it from your text chat. I'm sure if I saw what you were trying to accomplish, I'd get it right away, but... Okay, so, got that like that. Go back a few and do the path trick, okay. Tunnel and flatten on options. Go back a few feet of water, okay. Alright, so flatten, tunneling. Probably can't do it because I got the barrier so close. Or do I probably need to turn flat terrain off, right? I can show you, you can look at my work. I was running. Oh. Nice. Okay, why can't, oh, there we go. Alright. Oh no, I believe you. I believe you. There are some amazingly talented people in this community. You're not gonna let me modify the terrain here, are you? Slope, I want to go down like so. Okay, well, it's not perfect, but I think I'm doing what you're describing here. Yes? So do I need to tunnel under the wall? Is that what you're saying? So if that's the case, then I need to keep going down, right? Pass, go to the option on the right. Which is there, okay. Check tunnel and flatten ground. Gotcha. Okay. Alright, it doesn't... Oh, okay, there we go. Level with the wall. Tries to make it perfect. Okay. Right now I can't even get it to place. Can I turn this off in order to get a piece down? And then do that? Does that work? Check last one for under map. Oh, you're saying look under the ground? Can't get it to go under. Okay. Get further back from it. Go down stuff. Okay. Okay, so these options are correct. Then camera. Okay. Then the last one for looking under the map. This one right here. Check it, apply, done. The next wall. Oh, back even more? Okay. it there, but it won't. If you're saying to place the path under, I can't seem to do that. That's the biggest issue I'm running into right now. And I can't clip through the ground with the camera. I'm missing. I guess I am, sorry. I really am trying to work with you here, but I'm not getting it. Delete the path. Okay. I appreciate your patience. Okay, go back away from the wall. Okay, so moving the path out to here. Gotcha. Ah. Okay. Now go underneath it. Gotcha. And now I should be good to level out from there. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Oh, that didn't work. Well, I almost had it, I think. Straight to the wall to try to get the same level as the ground. Okay. So just keep on going this way. I think I'm heading in the right direction. That must be it. Can't tell. I gotta go back above ground to see where I'm at. Oh, so I'm actually too low. Never mind. So I need to bring the path back up. The other side of ground. Okay. Alright, so now I should be able to go up with the path just a bit. The camera's being a bit of a pain, but there we go. slopes back on just so I can maybe... Full underwater map, wow. Okay, but I need the water in here first before I do that final path piece, right? The last one that comes up through. Hey, we did it. It's not pretty, but it works. Okay. All right. I got the technique down. Now we need to make it actually work the way we want it to, right? Yes, before you cross out of the ground. Okay. We did it. This poor dude's gonna drown now, but it's fine. So now my next question is, doing it this way, are all of the peeps, and you may not know this, I'm not sure, but are all the peeps going to be basically in there with all the wild animals? Are they gonna run around like crazy because they're technically inside an animal pen? Make sure you get the path right before adding water. Okay, that makes sense. Alright. Well, then... for right now, let's go ahead and move this out of the way so I can actually see what I'm doing. Let's move that over there. Oh, okay, cool. Alright. Oh, I forgot to hit accept. Stop animals? Okay. Did it again. Hit the accept button this time. Come on. We can do it. There we go. Alright, so let's get rid of these path pieces. Bring that up. Up again, and I think that should be at the right level. Nope, just a hair under. Oh. That's a nifty little feature, I guess. Yeah. Oh, I'm still too far under. Up. Close enough. That'll work. Okay. Alright, so I need to... get rid of you. And let's bring the terrain down so it matches a little bit better with where it will come out. Am I getting ahead of myself? I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, well, first of all, I want to make this accessible for the animals, so let's go ahead and make this terrain a little bit easier for them to get in and out of the water. And let's not do that as well. That would be good. Hey, thank you for following. Appreciate it. Glad to have you on board. Sorry I'm a little thick sometimes, but you know. It is what it is, I guess. Alright. Okay. In theory, that should be a gentle enough slope that our animals can get in and out of there, right? I think. Let's push that down just a hair more, I think. Okay, let's drown the caretaker. Yeah, that looks nice. That'll look real spiffy. You use smooth, works best. Okay. Strength down. Awesome. looks pretty nifty to me. Alright, paths then. Let's see. Uh-oh, how did I get down here? Didn't mean to come down here, but I'm down here now. Oh, this is nice, interesting little hole I've got here. Let's fill that in, why don't we? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, we got all that filled in nicely enough. Except that, I don't think that's going to fill itself in. Alright, we are underwater. Okay, I think that is gonna have to be the end of it. Yes, I've actually got flashlight on right now. Man, that curb doesn't look right, but sure. Was that a thing in Planet Coaster? I'm not sure if I ever used that in Planet Coaster, because it either didn't exist or I just didn't know it was there. But yeah, there you go. Alright, well I'm gonna loop this back around and hopefully we can hook this back into the previous path. No, we can't. Not at its current stage, at least. Can't even delete it. Probably because it's considered glitched path now, I guess. Or I'm just in very close quarters and it's having trouble figuring out what I'm trying to do. There we go. You want to connect. There we go. You can't do it in Planet Coaster. Ah, nice. Okay, so we've now got our underwater area. Oh, that is weird. You can kind of tell when you pass out of the water, even though it's not technically confined there anymore. That's weird. Okay, so now I should be able to place, what, a null barrier there to keep the animals from going through there, or one-way glass. Oh, it's not liking that. It is not liking that. Okay, well, you got any water last? I thought I needed to, put the water in so I could put the glitch path in. Or is it just now that I've put the glitch path in, I should be able to remove the water just fine and put it back later? No? Okay. Well, then Remedy. Okay, barriers and paths all the way to the point where you're about to break through the ground. Okay, so if I put a barrier like right here, like so, and then I can put the path inside there. Is that what you're kind of saying? That's about where I have it break through. You can use null ones too, it's invisible. Okay. Except I completely misjudged where the path breaks out. Oops. Yeah, I could do null barriers and then put in glass walls from the construction bits later, I think, right? That would work. Just to give it that feel. Okay, maybe I need to move this one back a little more so it'll... Okay. Well, I can still switch it after I do this, right? Okay, let's do that then. Select the whole thing and the whole barrier. Okay. Okay. Do I have it too close, probably? I feel like I do. Yeah, there we go. Now it works. path glass with iron sides made for on top use. And there's great half glass arches, and you need to do the walls. Okay. So remove the water. Then do the path. See if it'll let me fit it in. Yeah, I'm slowly getting that. Alright, is there... I'm guessing I can't get it to go through again after... So there's no way to loop it back through the barrier wall and come back around, is there? It's just once you're under there, that's kind of what you got. Am I correct? Because that is totally fine by me, but... sure I'm understanding correctly. Alright, where is it? Okay, well I'm just saying that because I'm having trouble getting it to go underneath this barrier. So do I just need to come back over here and run a path around this way to make it connect? That ought to work. Okay. I think. About this trick is when you break the land, connect the path inside. Okay, so essentially what you're saying then is I can do all the pathing and stuff here while the water's not here. But when I get ready to add the water back in, I have to break the path piece just before the land. Fill the land back in, put the water back in, and then break the path, or break the land with the water. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, no, you're a braver man than I am. I'm sure that took absolute ages. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. I would like to see how you did that. Okay, well let's pull this area back in for a minute. Let me do that then. Hold on. Pull up Steam Workshop and see if I can find you and download it. Totally Paradise. Okay, nice pun. Alright, there we go. That is it. Oh, very nice. I might need to back out of here, I guess. Oh, so Totally Paradise wasn't the one you were talking about. Gotcha. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Just open my blueprints. Duh. Okay. Well, now I have to wait through the loading screen. Alright, blueprints. Here we go. Why is it locked? Could be I don't have some of the parts unlocked to open that. This is franchise mode after all. You don't have DLC, you can still see it. Okay. Just not use it. Well, let's open a sandbox world, because I think that's what it was complaining about there, is I didn't have some parts unlocked through the career mode. Yeah, it did have a hefty price tag on it. I saw that. I do the same. Oh yeah, I forgot about this place. I was pretty happy with the way that was turning out. Okay, so let's see here. Your blueprint. There we go. Now to let me pull it up. Holy moly. Well, my computer seems to not like your creation, but it looks nice. It's actually a small one. Oh, okay. Alright, so how does this work? There's a sign in back to level it. Okay, so sink that under the ground. Okay, gotcha. Turn this around this side. Yeah. Alright, get a little closer to ground level, and then we can bring this down. Try X. Okay, yep. Alright, is that under the ground? I think it is. It's very user-friendly, yes. I agree. Ooh. Maybe got it just a hair too deep. Try short grass. Oh yeah, that's probably part of it as well. Okay. Alright, well I think that's enough short grass for now. Oh, hi. Okay, let's try this once more. Hopefully this will work out nicely. Oh wow, yeah, that is cool. Okay, alright, I think it's still sunk into the ground just a hair, but it's fine. Oh, very nice. See, I have not played around with exhibits at all yet. So that is something that I look forward to trying out. There are multiple incorrectly placed educational items. See? Oh no. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Staff work clock. Nice. Oh, okay, so you made a little staff area back here too. That's neat. Okay, well this is move away from the clock, then move in. Oh, are these the glowing paw prints? In guest view? If I brought a guest over here and made them walk around, they would be able to see that better. Oh, I see what you mean about the exhibit that you kind of had to mesh into it. Still looks plenty good though. The paw prints right here. Is that what you're talking about? Do these glow? Or not really? No. Okay. Not there. This is what you're talking about? Oh, you built your power generator in there. That's interesting. Didn't realize that. On left side. Ah, okay, there we go. This bit right here. Oh, this bit. Nice. Oh, very cool. Oh, that's a cool detail right there. I like that. Oh man, you have put so much detail into this place. It's ridiculous how much, actually. Look on ground. You're talking about these ones that are mounted into this. All kinds of frogs on there. Nice. Oh, they're down a little bit. Oops. Oops. Well, try line a path. Oh, okay. I'm seeing them now. Oh, wow. Yeah, very cool. Can't see him now, the path over it, but now go to the left. Okay. Wow. That's pretty doggone cool. Oh, back away and move in. Alright, here. Push the path in. Oh, so these are supposed to light up sequentially, is that what you're saying? Oh, okay. Alright. Well, that's very cool. I will have to actually try and make that sit properly, but I'm sure it'll look awesome. Oh, I see. I'm looking at your workshop page right now, and I can see what you're talking about. As the guests walk along, it kind of lights up. That is very cool. Alright, well... yeah, the one I wanted was the polar bear, you're right. So let's take a look at that. Hey, yeah, I enjoyed it. Polar bears. Guess I should look under your workshop page, not everybody else's. Arctic Polar Bear Iceland. I'm assuming that's the one. Yeah, I definitely will. It looks awesome. Winter Sanctuary. Okay. Alright, well let's have a look at that. For now, I'm gonna remove this. I'll find a better place for it later, I'm sure. But there we go. Got everything. It's very big compared to what I already had, so yeah. Alright, well, anyway, let's see here. I think that should have downloaded by now. 121k for that. Goodness sakes. Oh, I see what you mean when you said that was the small part. Oh boy. Alright, so I'm assuming I needed to, I'm assuming I need to sync this down as well. This is half of it. Oh. Okay. Oh, you're a madman. I tell ya. Okay. Sink this guy down. Christmas tree is probably at ground level, I would assume, right? These benches probably sit along a path, so... Okay, I think that's pretty doggone close. frame rate is tanking. Look at the pictures. Okay. Oh, right, yeah, Arctic Pack. I have been meaning to get that. So I can't place that down. Dang. Okay. Try using X and just holding it there. Yeah. Okay, well I don't need to sink it down in there anyway. I see your tunnel, okay. So you've got an invisible barrier around this then? Somewhere, I guess? Problem is I can't actually see the invisible barrier because it's not placeable at the moment, but okay, so I get the general gist of what you're going for, though. The arch works and looks better. Do you have an example of that in here somewhere? Probably not. Okay, well, that's fine. Alright, well, I think I get the gist of it then. Okay. Well, let's give this one more crack. And see if we can make this work. If not, we might have to tackle this in next stream. Just one piece on top and repeat. Alright. Use limestone. Gotcha. What's their mechanic? Researched. Shelters. Awesome. Good for him. Alright, so I'm definitely not going to have a very large area under here. It's really just going to be this. I don't anticipate having a whole lot more than that. So if I do some sort of tunnel like you were saying, with some glass wall pieces, glass, yeah. Could you maybe do something like this? Is that a possibility? It's not even a possibility for this piece of path. But, yeah. just path, maybe 30 on side to reduce crowds and collisions. Okay. A little bit wider on this path. That I can do. Yeah. If I'm gonna go for a larger path, I wouldn't do that. That's fine. Okay. So then 30-foot path. Oh, can I make this fit? That's the other thing. Alright. This. Yeah, that's fair. Learn as I go. Okay, well I'm gonna move that there, so I have a little bit more room to work with. Yeah, I'm sure. Sure it does not work super flawlessly first time. Okay, there we go. I think I got it in a position I can live with. Like so. Alright, now let's try. I cannot get this one piece of path to connect. It's just purely a little bit too long. Yeah, I see that. But I should be able to flip it through there, right? Did I do it right? is a null barrier. I'm just having trouble getting it to line up. Path first instead of the barrier. Okay. Alright, so I deleted that piece of path, so it should. There we go. Yep. Oh man, I am glad you are here, or I would have given up on this a long time ago. Alright, now where's the other corner? There it is. Okay, now I should be able to bring that in a little bit more and close it. Yeah, it wasn't exactly 100% user friendly, but it works. So I'm glad we got that done. Alright, so now just need to build up some actual walls around here, huh? Let's see, which of these... That's nice. I like that. Round arch glass. Okay. This one right here. Type iron. Material type. Is that what you meant? Say overpath. Okay, I think I see what you're saying. Something like this here. glass with black iron. Glass cut in half. Okay. Like this? Is that what you're thinking? Or it could be, yeah. I don't know. I mean, that might look nice if I could somehow make it match this curve here. That was one? Which one was one? This piece here? Or this one? Ooh, I like that. That would be kind of Oh, sink it down so that the, I see what you're saying, yeah. Nice, okay. What do I do with this other half then? There's another like that one. There's that one there, and then there's this curve piece. Curve piece might be nice if I could, I don't know, this path is not exactly the ideal shape for this kind of thing. Yeah, it has too many lines, hard to see out. Glass is not clear like the one you had. Was it not clear? Oh, it does have a little bit of a tint to it, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Alright, well then we can use that one. I'm totally on board with that. The only thing I'm wondering is, what do I do for the rest of the path? Do I shrink the path down or make a side path? Nah. I want it to all fit inside that. Yeah, I'm sure we need a lot of testing in this case. Shrink the path. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Or make two. Okay. Two paths side by side. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Sure. So shrink this area down to 1 and they can walk their way around. Because I've got this whole path looping. Yeah. I think for simplicity's sake, I might just do that. Ah, crap. Now I gotta do this. Yeah, I gotta barrier again. Could I make that split here? I don't know if I can. Okay, yeah, I can. It's not exactly graceful, but I can work on fixing it up later, I guess. Alright, let's get rid of that. One barrier. It looks real janky, I'm not gonna lie, but it's something. It is something. Yeah, I do. Alright, so that is looking okay now. Let's try and sink that down on there. Come on, cooperate. Alright, I need to turn off angle snap. Angle snap is great until it isn't. That's not ideal. Oh, got any nice tips about filling in that area without having that area stick out horribly? Oh, no, that is not the one I wanted. Suppose I could always just edit the path so it doesn't do that quite as extreme. Okay, well that is pretty doggone straight. I think maybe I can make it work there. Yeah, it's looking good. Progress is finally being made. Never know something you take for granted. Nope. Crap, I didn't do that. They are slightly forgiving if you got a little bit of a curve to it, but something as extreme stream is what we were dealing with earlier. Wasn't working out right. Yeah, okay. That's not perfect, but I suppose it'll work. Yep. Alright, stick that there. Okay, this is reasonably straight, so I should be able to just sail through this. Very few modifications. Okay. Not entirely sure what to do about that corner there, but figure that out in a second. Alright, I might be able to use. Nope. Does not work at all. Okay, scratch that blend. Well, then maybe I just put a wall here, and that's the end of it. I think. Probably. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and put together a sample if you feel like it. Got no problems with that. Alright, well that'll look pretty cool once it's done. If I can make it work. Or don't put that high on the intensity. Alright, well, I thought we had enough room in this exhibit. We might not have it near enough now, but... oh well. I would imagine they would probably want some sort of lighting under here, right? Yeah. Let's see if we can put something down below. I would love a nice trick. What kind of trick do you have up your sleeve now? Use the long one you have, turn it sideways. I think it should show only light. Okay, like a trim. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that kind of cool. Let's angle snap that. Something kind of like that, then, I assume, right? Turn it. That's quite... I've never been to Shed's Aquarium. I've heard it's very fun, very cool. But, never had the chance to go myself. I've been to several other places in Chicago, but just not there. Navy Pier was fun. Is the Ferris wheel? I know they took the old one out. Did they replace it with a new one on Navy Pier? Or did they just take it out completely? Oh, the pier is completely gone. That I did not know. It's been a while since I've been over there. Really? That That was something I didn't really believe they would ever get rid of, but I guess it makes sense. I think the last time I was in that area was probably 2009. Probably was the last time I was there. So yeah, that makes sense. Sure, things have changed quite a lot. Of course, I live a good ways away from Chicago, so I'm there like once every 10 years. I really have no reason to go there other than to sightsee. Yeah, I knew they had taken out the Ferris wheel, because I actually know where that Ferris wheel went when it got sold. I believe it went to Branson, Missouri. Which is about the opposite of Chicago, what I understand. Yeah, I think they put it on the Branson Strip, which is like this area that all of the shows are on. Oh, demo in your workshop? Okay. Well, I think I got my lighting done for this side of the tunnel. So hopefully that works well. It's kind of daylight right now, so I can't really tell. But yeah, and the terrain in Branson, I think, is a little bit different. I think it's very hilly, so yeah, that's another way. It's a little bit off. I probably didn't need to save and exit out, did I? Did, but IMK7 underwater demo. There you go. Man, and you put this together in like 10 minutes.
Hey. Hey.
It's one wing walkway in my huge underwater map. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I will definitely do that. But unfortunately, I've been streaming for 3.5 hours, and I think I'm gonna call it a night. But I do appreciate you hanging out with me and helping me out with this. I'm looking forward to how this turns out. Hopefully, you'll be able to drop by and see the final product next time I stream this. But yes, thank you very, very much for all the help you've given today. I would have just given up on this. I'm being completely honest. Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, now you're following me, so hopefully you'll get notifications when I go live and you can drop by. Yeah. I think it'll look good once it's done. I think in order to keep the amount of land to water in this exhibit proportional, though, I will probably have to expand it a little bit. But yeah. And I'd say this can probably go in the trash. I don't think I'm going to use that anymore. I will definitely take a look at that. I will probably look at that in the morning. So. Alright, well thank you, Into Deep. Appreciate it again. And hopefully I'll see you around.